So after leaving Highborn, we shift over to right outside of Hubshan to a quaint little, I wouldn't really call it a village, more like just a couple little houses and stuff, and a sad looking floppy hat gentleman that's coming up towards the door. So he has a big white hat, a nice little pouch full of salt, and a big old spoon. So, of course, it's Zeph. He's standing outside of a quaint little farmhouse. It's taking you about a day to get there. I wouldn't say that you were moving fast.
No. So, what else you outside?
A farmhouse.
That's all.
A couple animals. Do me a perception check, though.
19.
All right, so you go around and you look, and there's a couple animals around. There's some horses, and a couple horses are gathered around something. Do you get closer to it?
Can I see what they're gathered around?
There's a bunch of horses gathered around. You'd have to move
so
around.
I'll move closer.
So, and you go around, and the first thing that meets your gaze is a large white block. It's a giant salt lake. and the horses are enjoying it quite thoroughly, but it's being held by a very, very small person holding this large salt lick, watching the horses enjoy this giant salt lick. It is a very pale skinned child with jet black hair with streaks of red and white sort of peppered through. He has no horns, or he has nothing, but it's very shiny black hair. So he's got little, like I said, almost these little white sideburns through here with streaks of, like, again, when his head turns while he's feeding the horses, it's almost like it goes from black to red and shines. It's a very small child, maybe 3 or so.
Oh, my child did.
That's what you think it looks like. It's a 3-year-old.
Can I see anyone else around?
There's no one else outside.
Don't see anyone else outside.
The child doesn't walk. Like I said, the child is fixated on the
horses.
horses.
I'll pet the horses.
See if the child notices. The child does notice you, and he jerks back and he hides the salt block from you. It's like guarding the salt block with his like, and he goes, nah, really loud, nah.
Dear boy, Sonny, I'm not here to take your salt. And I grab my bag of holding it and pour out some in my hand.
He leans gently, and he looks at his salt block where the horses have licked out a little hole. He reaches and he grabs a little handful and fills in the spot that the horses. And then you're like, he pats it down, and then licks his fingers. His little hand reaches back out to get more salt from.
I hold the bag of holding it up for him.
So at this point, he looks down. He reaches in and he sticks his head in his arms, and his like little feet is like dangling out. It's like he comes out and he's like covered in white. Looks like he's had a cocaine binge. So, holding the salt.
The paternity test says you are the father.
I didn't know Mari was in this realm.
So he's like through him, it's like and again, and magic, and like it's almost magically his hands glow red hot, and like he melts the salt down into another block. It's like, and he's gleefully happy that he's made another block of salt. When he did this, his eyes glowed too. So, and he looks at you, and he cracks it in half using the heat from his hands, and he reaches up and hands the block back and goes, "Nah."
I'll happily take it.
So you take it, and at this point, there's like a broom smacks you in the back of the head, going, "Get away from him!" And there's this older lady that comes and shelters him, and it's like, "How dare you take away his salt?" It's like, so, and the child is looking over her shoulder, it's like watching, looking at you, and she's holding her broom out and says, "Who are you? Who are you?"
Well, the lady for starters, he offered me half of the salt block.
She said, "That's a lie. He doesn't offer salt to anybody. It's like anybody. He would rather stuck it down his mouth."
But we made another block. He has 2 blocks, and he broke the second block and offered.
1, 2, 3. I see 3 blocks.
Now you do.
I see 3
And
blocks.
I see 4 stars.
So she like this lady, she, like I said, she holds it back. She said, "Did she hurt you?" Sona. And I go, nah. So
I take more salt and dump it out of my bag of holding and see.
and she's like, so Sona looks around and leans up and wants to go, and she's looking, and she has this broom like in between you and her, sort of keeping it out, but Sona wants to get to your salt. The little hand reaches towards it.
And I'll dump it into his hand.
So, and again, he comes back, and this time though, the heat from his hands burn, and he opens his hand up and reveals he made a salt block. It's not a block, but it's like a sculpture of your hat.
Oh.
Then he goes, he hands it to you.
And I take it and I set it on his head.
So he's like, so he's go through, and he's happy. So this is your playing with the hat. So the lady's still looking at you. She said, "Why are you here, stranger?" With her room.
Yeah. Hello at the bloom, lamb. I'm just here to see my son. You know exactly what I speak of. You don't have to pretend like you don't know.
She's like, really? It's like he's yours.
Can you not tell?
She's like, you're not lying.
Do I look like I'm lying?
It's like you're not lying. She goes, "Fred, get his stuff. His daddy's here."
I knew it was coming.
He said, "We can't keep food because he takes all the salt and it all ruins." It's like all we have is these giant salt blocks to keep the animals going. It's like if we kill something, we have to eat it that minute. We can't salt anything. She's like, it's like his dad or his mom said that you would be here soon. It's been too long, and look, he's like growing. It's like he should be already walking, but no, he's like this big, and he's burnt down the house twice with them glowing hands.
Oh my gosh!
He's like
That's my boy.
It's like your dad's here. We love you. Thanks for coming. Don't come back and visit again until you're grown.
You get
so
control
here.
of yourself.
And he goes, "Nah."
Ma'am, I'll leave you with a bunch of salt, and I will even pay you for the time that you had him. So.
She leans up. She says, "Don't come back until he's not a teenager. That will be payment enough."
Would you still like some salt?
Yes. Yes, we would.
Okay.
So.
Want me to a barrel I can dump some in?
And it's a barrel, which is a little bit larger than you would have expected, but so
I'll fill it up.
so you dump your bag of holding salt in there. All right. So because so it's like his name is Sona. So short for sodium nitrate.
I would have called him Zephyro.
So S-O-N-A.
Zephyro
Is
saltine.
it S-O-N-A?
Yeah, it's just S-O-N.
N-A? Okay.
Yeah,
I wrote it all as one.
Then it's capital.
Yeah.
Zephyro
Okay.
saltine. It's time to reveal Zeph's real last name.
So we never said Zip's last name.
And this is his little baby cracker.
Saltine.
That's if he ever had a girl. Okay, so what are you and Sona going to do?
I'll retrieve his belongings first.
So there's
His
what
clothes.
happens to be a bag full of a bunch of salt blocks and a bunch of toys made of salt that have been like made.
That's my boy. There's no denying you, is there?
So he gives you a big hug, and sadly his hands are still hot and sort of like burns your back where he gives you the hug.
That's fine. I'll deal with it later. I'll put some oven mitts on you.
Animate the salt toys, make them come.
Well, you can put them on your you put them all on
Disc.
your
Yeah.
disc.
Yeah.
Your disc on. So only your salt golem was there. Of course, he'd probably destroy it.
Probably.
So okay.
So yeah, I'll cast Tincher's floating disc and to be able to carry everything.
So as
back.
you leave, the family's waving, so telling you safe journey. Don't get lost. Don't get lost. So don't get lost.
Don't come back.
If I do get lost, I'll make sure that I don't find my way back here. Correct?
So oh no, you can come back here
Once he's grown.
once the salt's gone, and once he's old enough.
Okay. Thank you for taking care of him for 2+ years.
And they say they're welcome. And they go back inside, or what you do not see when they go inside, they both weep because they knew the day was coming. They just wanted a brave face, but they're happy that the child's father is back. I'd say you're passive. You may have heard the lady sort of crying a little bit. Either that, or she got a lot of salt in her eyes when you dumped it out, and it's just burning out the wazoo. But you don't know for sure.
So over around the horses, is there like any pouches or anything connected to the horses, tied onto the horses or anything?
You gonna rob them?
No, I'm asking.
There's some saddlebags hanging up,
Okay.
or like along for where they ride, and there's a carriage.
Okay, I'll walk over to one of the saddlebags and put 100 gold in it.
Oh, so okay. So there's a well-used saddlebag, so that's like so that you know that it's used often, so it wouldn't just sit there for years and be like, hey. So all right, so put 100 gold in it. So you come back, and that was relatively like you get to spend a lot of time with him on your journey back. So you got 5 days to your party. Do you spend that time just prepping for the party and stuff
And
like
getting
that?
to know him.
Yeah, getting to know him. So
The proper usages of salt.
so he doesn't really speak a lot. He says not a lot and so a lot, but never really much together. But he makes like amazing things with his hands and like burns it. Like I'm not talking. It's like really detailed. It's like way detailed. So
With more than just salt?
no,
But
it's
can he
just-
do it with anything or just
I don't
salt?
know. He doesn't try anything else.
Okay, so it's just salt.
It's just like he's able to sort of melt the salt down and burn it through.
I think I'm gonna have to visit the salt mine a lot more often now with you around.
So
That goes for about
it's like one of the last thing he makes before you get back to Hubshine is he's been quiet for a little bit on your way back, and you look back and he has made a salt spoon that looks sort of like that looks like yours. See, I can do happy.
And he's still rocking the hat, right?
Oh yeah. So he's still got the hat.
You see, one guy reads a book, goes crazy. The other guy gets a kid. Which one is the happy story?
Yeah, we can never hope for child support.
Well, yeah. Sorry, Sissy's gone. So
So, which Auntie is around.
She could take the kid from you.
no,
I do.
but I can help.
I do have something for a woman with horns.
All right, then.
If you're watching this, I'm looking right at you all. So, okay.
I need another.
So he can't reach those. If they went back. Yeah.
It's actually mine point forward. But
So you're going to prepare.
We're going to prepare the restaurants and order up the entertainment for try and get all the entertainers there.
Okay. So while you're getting everything going, I will tell you what happens.
I hand deliver personal invitations to the castle.
To the castle, and you go through.
Yes.
Where are some of the places you take the invitations to find people? Just the castle, or you
to the castle to begin with, and anybody that I've associated with over the past. Let's see, how many years have I worked at the castle?
Almost your whole life.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, any of them that I know that are still alive from all of this, I mean, I hand deliver. Or I have a few of the people that are close to me that work at the restaurant to hand deliver them as well. But I personally take one to the queen.
So see, like the queen is also. She's glad that you've been able to fulfill your dream, and bring your talents to the entire city, especially in the time of need. And she hopes that she can sneak away like she did when she was younger and come to your kitchen and talk and revel in the things you would do with light substances.
I promise I will not salt it as much this time. My palate is definitely.
So she goes.
different.
She says for this party you're planning, make sure that there's enough to drink.
Oh, there will be lots.
So whatever you believe that you need, times it by 10, and we might be okay.
Okay, so I will times it by 35.
So there might be enough.
Yeah.
So again she's happy. So like the rest of the kingdom is going on. You all make great strides to help the slums. One of the best things that we do is the people that were building the slums up. You fix the bridges, and you get a lot of that. So the fact that the people can travel to those areas. Those bridges weren't very good to begin with. That's one of the reasons why some of the slums were the slums, because you couldn't really get supplies very well, stuff like that. So Ankel and Melania and all this, they made sure that they're good bridges, and so they're able to pass and open, so large carts and other things can come in and out. We repair a lot of the streets. So identify places that were through. Places that were really, really bad off, we just go ahead and condemn and destroy to make.
And we smash that mimic that's sitting in the middle of town.
Yes, so you destroy like the mimic that's still there. Is taken care of.
You cannot kill the mimic.
So you go through. So you make sure the medical corps have been going around. There were lots of people that were dying. I'm like Bulwark has been helping and feeding and doing everything they can to make sure that people are not poisoned or you're purging the necrotic energy that has been flowing through the whole place. The water is clean. We're going through. The castle is a big haven. it's sort of like the queen has opened up a commerce area in the great courtyard of the castle, so like people can come in and out, and traders can set shop up there, and the great marketplaces are up and going. Even though Hubshine is not what it was, they have taken the bad and almost leveled it. They're not going to leave slums empty. They're going to take it and they move people, and everyone has a better place to live. A lot of this is built around West Haven, and the slums are in a particular spot of the city. And it's also a well-protected area along the coastline, and a couple of other things. So, and the people are content. These months of pain and dread have been replaced by almost a week of relief and working together as a community. It's like we actually have a community for the first time in Hubshine in a very long time. So the Grove has been coming and going. There are followers coming in and out. It's like, Bellany, have you been around much, or are you just staying to your animals?
I'm just staying with my
There are
animals.
lots of people that want to come speak to you, but they're there, they're worshiping, or celebrating. I don't know if worshiping is the word, but more like celebrating that the underground shrines there. There have been people removing a lot of the bad stuff down there. Destroying some of the things that were made there and sort of building up. With Bellany's statue down there. There have been a couple of other things. Like built or trying to construct. They want to do like a little statue of like Lightbringer and Omni and a lot of the people that we lost along the way, including soldiers. There's like a monument for those that gave
In the Grove?
no in
okay.
the shrine down in the shrine with the waterway where yours is. So Bellany's not alone. There are stuff around. It's like Bellany's there, but there are people with her that showed. And you actually there is one.
Bellany next to Omni.
Yeah,
next
and
to
Sunny next
Sunny,
to Lightbringer. Like there's
Rocky.
more. Yeah, like a lot of the people that we lost. So including some of the NPCs and some of the other characters that we talked to, they're there to give a sense of community. So yes, you come into this hole which is now well lit and cleaned up that they're going through. You come into this great wonderful lake, and here is this shining monument of the people that got you there. There is in that Princess Ava did ask and commission if there could be a statue of her parents, of her mother. Occasionally there's a worker down there that pops in and out. She's a very hard worker, but she never really speaks much. There's rumors that she sometimes pops down deep into the down through the river in and out. But she's very strong, and she helped build the monument of the old king and queen. Other things that happened. People have been worried about the drow. So we haven't heard about the drow for a long time. They came and raided, of course, Fort Lightbringer. But we didn't know why. They didn't stay. They just came, raided, and left. And they actually did not go back in the Underdark. They raided and left. So they'll go down. Sadly, the great city underground, the Drow city, has been largely abandoned. The Drow Civil War has claimed almost the entire Drow of the region. There's hardly anyone left. There's very few resistance leaders left. You find out over the time that they were gone that the followers of Cryic, if they would lose a battle, would do awful things to themselves in the name of Cryic and eliminate themselves in his name, and spread until there's hardly anyone left. The followers of Lolth are few and far between, but they are still there, and they are accepted as long as they understand there must be balance by the followers of Tyr. When the people go to the underground city, you find that it is populated by many, many deep dragons now, including the head deep dragon, who greets followers and says, "Send back word to your friends that your promise was fulfilled, and I now have the city, and I will be here, and I am being worshipped like I asked, and you fulfilled your promise. So thank you for that." And it says, "I will keep these people in line because there was a great hall that had the figures of the deities. Well, the fourth one that had been completely destroyed has now been rebuilt in a statue of a deep dragon. So that is higher and watching down on the other deities to make sure that none of them decides to get uppity in the future." So, but Saric's statue is still there, sadly, and so is Lol, and so is Tyr. So that's what's happened with the drow down below. It'll be many years before there's enough drow to really do something, but there are other drow kingdoms throughout the land, and many people have fled. Sadly, some of the rumor that you heard that some of the Seric followers, when all was lost, have spread and left when they knew that all was lost to try to spread Seric's word to other drow kingdoms. So, I'm trying to think what else. Where's my little book? Where's my book at?
You put it over here with mine, but I did not look at it.
So, let me make sure, because
I would have read it on. Just because that's what Omni would.
It's in code. This is for this next thing I'm about to say is for Charlie. So none of you all know this, what I'm about to say, but your Emberwall has been being talked. The region has been talking to him, and that she sends you a message. It's like she's been looking through your eyes, and she has established a new outpost on the edge of the west, where she wishes to raise the baby and the current king and bring him of age faster than natural means. So she needs you to gather as many Westerners as possible to come and complete the ceremony to rise the king. So she wishes for you to keep this a secret from everyone, including Sir Charles, other than the people that you bring.
Okay. I guess also in this time, Emberwall and Sir Charles both have to go to the Grove to retrieve what Emberwall was making first, though, where he made those 2 suits of armor.
Okay.
One of the suits of armor goes to Sir Charles, the other one Emberwall will take with him to present
the Queen asked you that if this armor is so great, she would like you to keep both sets and give it to the king. It's like when the ritual is done.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he'll have to get there first before Sir Charles then, because one of them was supposed to be his. So it just depends on if Emberwall can get there first.
So
maybe they'll fight over it.
Which we can, thing about it is Emberwall's doing stuff separate of Sir Charles, so while Sir Charles is at the party, Emberwall can go to the Grove.
Yeah, so that works out because you know where he's going to be.
Exactly.
Along with about everyone else will be at the party.
So after that also means it would be a good time for him and the other Westerners to try to go get, because they don't know that the king is gone.
No, you do.
So, Sir Charles does, but Emberwall does not.
No, the Queen just told, like the regent just told you, she has the baby. She's
okay. Oh, sorry. Okay.
she is taking
I misunderstood what you said. Sorry.
she is taking the child to the edge of the west, and she wants the Westerners to perform a ritual to accelerate his growth.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
Yeah,
They will be there.
Okay. So she says that you can get here quicker using your ability she granted you.
Okay.
So
Yep.
she also gives you the ability to give it to the followers also.
Okay.
So she imbues you with power that you can do that.
So we all, what do we do? Like, oh, I guess I could form a coven with it, could I not?
Yeah, you can, and then you can give them that power.
Okay. And then we all fly to the west.
Correct. So correct. So okay. So that brings us to the party. Unless someone else, make sure I didn't forget anything.
No, that's all present, sir. Thank you.
So, okay.
Present and accounted for.
So